Hey folks, Ken May with SwiftChip, and I've got something a little different for you guys today. This was brought up to me by a friend who's using some of these online dating apps, and luckily this is nothing I've ever had to deal with, but hopefully I never will. But this is something that might be useful for some of you out there who are looking for love online. With the rise of all these dating apps, we also see a rise in attacks by scammers and hackers and people trying to take advantage of that. Unfortunately, emotions sometimes cloud judgment a bit and might convince us to take risks that we wouldn't otherwise normally take. So, here's some tips on that. Now, many people might assume that the individuals that are falling for these plots are like some vulnerable or lonely people who are just unable to find some kind of a date offline. But the truth is that doctors and lawyers and CEOs and people from all ages and walks of life are falling for these. And I'm seeing reports of them come in, and we've even had some clients fall for these scams as well. So, dating and romance fraud often happens through popular dating sites, but the scammers also like to use social media as well. They might make fake profiles with fictional names, pictures, professions, all of that sort of stuff. These con artists, they often claim to be from a location near you, but say they're currently working in other countries or working out of the city, so conveniently they can't meet you in person for a while. They'll go to great lengths to try to gain your trust and your interest and use details maybe from your other social media accounts to their advantage there, making it seem like they're a really good fit. They'll give you loving words, intimate conversations, sometimes even gifts. And then over time, once they've gained your trust, they might ask you for money, gifts, or bank account details, and you might not even realize it, right? Oftentimes, they'll play up some sort of personal emergency or claim they want to visit you, but lack the funds to do so. And once you're emotionally invested, the stories become believable. So here's the warning signs, right? That they might develop really strong feelings shortly after they've been introduced to you, or maybe after only speaking a few times. They may quickly ask you to move the communication from the dating application or site to some more personal means of communication, like texts or calls, something that's hard for a third party to be able to monitor or be reported on, right? If their messages are poorly written or vague, maybe English isn't their first language, if the dating site or social media profile isn't consistent with what they tell you over conversations. Well, unfortunately, when meeting potential love interests online, you should always assume the possibility of a scam. Be very cautious about sharing pictures or your personal information with strangers. And finally, never ever send money to someone you haven't met in person. Emotional investment can cloud your judgment, and remember to follow your head and not your heart when it comes to online dating. Be safe out there, people. Take care.